This is everything I did to pass my driving test, coming from someone who thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was, but it was a lot easier than I thought. Number one, I would recommend you call the place that you scheduled your test and then ask them if you can see which route they're taking and what the parking is going to be like. If they say yes, it's really going to calm your anxiety because you're going to be more prepared. It might not be the same route every time, but at least you're going to get like a good idea of where they stop and everything. So for the actual test, there's going to be two parts. So the first part is the parking. In my case, there were cones and you get points off if you hit the cones, so just be very mindful of that. And you are not allowed to use your backup camera. So when you're backing up, make sure you do the whole turn and don't ever look at your backup camera. Once you're done with your parking, then it's going to go into the route, and then that's different section. When you're driving, make sure you're being very obvious about your turns. That is something that they're watching out for. So when you're having to look in your blind spot, be very dramatic about it. Just make sure they can see you. And they'll assess your mistakes based on each mistake that you make. So if you continuously don't look when you're making a turn, it's not going to be like, oh, she got this many points off because she didn't look when making turns. You're going to get points off for how many times you didn't look, if that makes sense. Just really make sure that you know the rules of the road. Like, it doesn't matter if you took your permit test a while back and you think you remember everything. Like, brush up on it. They're testing you on this stuff in real time now. I use this app to brush up on my knowledge. It's called Get My Permit, and you can also access the DMV handbook on there, so you can review that as well. I know it seems like this is like your only chance to get your license and it's going to be awful if you fail it, but you can literally just retake the test. I think in my state, you have to wait 15 days between that test and the next test. So you can take it again. It's okay. And the second time is going to be a lot easier because you're going to actually know what to do and know what you need to specifically work on. I think so many people psych themselves out because of just the anxiety, but you can take it again and it's okay, and you shouldn't feel shamed about it. Also, just make sure you know where the basic controls of your car are, because they're going to ask you to point them out, and your hand signals and stuff like that. So yeah, I think my anxiety just made it seem a lot harder than it was. Just make sure that you're prepared and you got this.